Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to view your account with the Acsenda library. My name is Jeannie and I'll be guiding you through this tutorial today. So this is what the homepage of Acsenda library looks like. This is where you can browse the catalog and search for different books and items that we have in our collection. When you arrive on this homepage, I recommend logging in right away. So you can do that by going up to this My Account icon that's just on the top right-hand side of the screen if you're on a computer, and that will prompt you to log in. So your login as a student is going to be ASM plus your 10-digit student number, and that's going to look different for every student depending on what your student number looks like. Then go to password and enter your password, and if you've never logged into the library before, go ahead and click on Forgot Your Password in order to update what you'll be using to log in. So this is where you can update your password and get that figured out. Now you have the option to stay logged in if you would like for more time to go by before the library website automatically logs you out. And I don't recommend clicking on this option if you are on a public computer that other people can access, because the library might keep you logged in and then other people can access your account. But if you're on a private computer, like your own personal computer, and you want to stay logged in, that's totally fine. So I'm going to go ahead and log in using my own credentials as a staff member here. And once you've got your username and password entered, you can click on Log In to log into the library. So this is what your homepage on your My Account will look like. As you can see, there is a summary listed right here, and that tells you your account expiration date, as well as all of the items that you have checked out, on hold, and ready for pickup. So it lists items and e-items. Items means physical items, so for example physical books, whereas e-items refers to electronic items. So for example an e-book would count as an e-item. On the left you can view your charges. So if you have any fees that you need to pay with the library, so for example an overdue book fee, you can view that here. So you can click on charges and then go to current charges, and those will all display. And if you want to see your payment history, you can click on this option here. If you have any messages from the library, you can view those by clicking on Messages. You can also view them by clicking on this Messages icon on the top right when you're logged in. I don't have any messages currently, but if I did, I could view them here. I could also click the checkbox next to each message and select Mark Read, Mark Unread, or delete the message if I wanted to. Next, we have items checked out. So this just refers to all of the items that you've checked out of the library. You can view all of them here, including both physical items and e-items. I do have an item checked out with the library, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So this is the page that shows me all of the information about the items that I've checked out from the library, including the due date, so the date when I need to take the item back to the library. And I can renew the items on my list if I want to. We'll go over how to do that in a future tutorial. Now I can view my checkout history. If I want to do that, I'll just need to adjust my preferences first, and we'll go over how to do that a little bit later on in this tutorial. Next is the Holds Ready section. So this is where you can view your different items on hold, e-items on hold, any e-items ready for checkout, and then your holds history. And again, with the holds history, this is something where you'll have to adjust your preferences first, and we'll go over that a little bit later on in this tutorial. So I'll click on items on hold. I do have an item on hold, so I can view all of the information about that item here, including the status, so I can see that I'm number 1 in line, and your notification method. So I'm going to be getting a notification via email once this is ready for pickup. And if I want to edit any of this, I can click on Edit here. If I want to cancel the hold, I can click the checkbox next to the item and click on Cancel. I can also click on Suspend or Activate the hold if I want to do either of these things, and I'll go over what this means in a separate tutorial. Next, we have Preferences. So I can view my personal information. I'm not going to click on this just because my own personal information will display, but this is where you can view the contact email, phone number, and address that the library has on file for you, and you can edit these if any of them need any updates or adjustments. Next, I can go to notifications. So notifications is where I can change how I get notified when a hold is ready for pickup, as well as whether I want to get overdue emails. So emails about, when I have an overdue book, reminding me to take it back to the library. So I'm going to select this one. You don't have to, it's totally up to you. But if you change any settings, just make sure you click on Save once you're done. And I can see that my item or my adjustment has been saved because it will say account successfully updated. The next preference that we'll look at is Search in History. So this just refers to when you're doing a search through the library, how many items are going to display before you have to click Next Page. So you can adjust that here. Preferred search and pickup location should always be Acsenda School of Management Library. That's just our library here at Acsenda. And then earlier I was talking about the checkout history and the holds history. So if you want to be able to view either of these things, you can check off these boxes here. Skip warning when adding to temporary book list. I'll go over this in a separate tutorial, but if I don't want to get a warning when I'm adding an item to a temporary book list, I can click on this checkbox here. And then finally I have allow others to use my account. So this is completely optional, but if you want someone else to be able to access your account, you can type in their name here, and then you can select what you would like them to be able to access. So for example, if I want someone to be able to pick up my holds for me, I'll type in their name here, and then I'll click on Pick Up Holds. And again, this is completely optional, but if you want to do this, you are more than welcome to. And then once you have adjusted all of your settings, make sure you click Save. The final preference that I can view is for lists, and I'll go over lists in a separate tutorial, but here's where you can just adjust how many lists you see per page and how many items you see on each list per page. Finally, I can go to my lists. Now here is where I can view all of the different lists that I've made. Again, we'll go over this in a different tutorial, but I have created in the past 2 different lists called Business and Human Resources, and this is where I can view those or create a new list if I want to. And if you want to see your lists, you can also click on My Lists here on the top right-hand side of the page. Totally up to you which one you choose. When you're done with going on the library webpage and viewing your account, always log out. So that's just this option here on the top right-hand side of the screen. Click on Log Out, and that logs you out of the library webpage. So this has been a video tutorial on how to access your account with Acsenda Library. Thank you for watching.